Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all. And you know what? Fossil Cup is finally ending and only one day remaining for all three leagues to come back, because after one day it's gonna be league rotations, and finally all three leagues, Great League, Ultra League and Master League, will be back along with Catch Cup. And as you guys know, every Thursday and Friday we talk about top teams, and in this video we'll be talking about top teams for the Open Great League that actually helped a lot of players climb in their rankings. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So the first team we'll be talking about is Reggie and Double Flyer. There's Registeel and Mantine and Gligar, the first team. And these teams are not in like ranking orders, like team number 1 is the best. It's not like that. It's just randomly team number 1, team number 2, like that. So yep, Registeel is going to be the OP in these final days of this season. And yep, to cover it up with the fighters, we got Double Flyers for Registeel. And yep, if there's Azu in the lead, then sorry, if there's Azu in the lead, then you just stay with your Reggie. You're good with Reggie against the Azu, and Gligar is very weak against Azu. If it's fighters, I suggest go with Gligar as a safe swap, because a lot of the times Gligar safe swap somehow like baits out the Lantern if they've got Lantern at the back. That has happened to me a lot of the times. Like if there is a Poly in the lead, Registeel is definitely weak to Poliwrath, right? And we come in with our Gligar. They actually tend to stay and for the Icy Wind and then come in with their Lantern. So those kind of plays have been a lot with me, against me, when I was using this team. So yep, keep that in mind. And if you bait out Lantern with your Gligar, then you're at a perfect spot because you got a Mantine at the back. I don't know why people bring Lantern against Gligar, but it is what it is. And yep, this team is definitely good. It covers Skarmory, it covers Altaria, it covers Lanterns, it covers Feraligatr as well, it covers Fighters, it covers Skeletorge and Talonflames as well. Now Charjabug. Talking about Charjabug, if you're against Charjabug in the lead, it's good with your Reggie. You gotta stay there, right? Because you got Mantine at the back. And yep, it's gonna be fine with this team. This is a very interesting team. Moving on to another team. Team number 2 is going to be Mandibuzz, Alone, Sandslash, and Lickitung. Now we have a video of this team in our channel, and yep, this team helped me to reach Legend previous season. Now talking about weak against fighters, definitely Sandslash and Lickitung weak against Poliwrath and Annihilate, right? But you know what? Mandibuzz can tank a lot of those counter the fast moves, and it can tank Ice Punches and Icy Winds as well. And if you find the fighters in the lead, you're gonna win the lead. And you can always bait out fighter with your Lickitung, and your Sandslash can be good to go. Now, Alone Sandslash is also weak against the Mud Boys, so Mandibuzz does great against the Mud Boys. Well, Stone Age from Quagsire does a lot of damage, but they still gonna need multiple moves to beat your Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is very, very tanky. And talking about the Charmers, if you see Charmers in the lead, just safe swap into your Leaky. And yep, Mandibuzz is weak against Charmers. Alone Sandslash handles Charmers pretty well. Mandibuzz is weak against Basti. Alone Sandslash does pretty well against them. And yep, this is a very interesting core, and Lickitung is going to be your safe swap almost a lot of the time. All of the time. That's what I was trying to say. And moving on to another team. Team number 3 is Blue Team. That is Alone, Sandslash, Mantine, and Quagsire. Now talking about this team, double water. So I've been saying this a lot of times. Mantine and Quagsire both being double water, but doesn't share same weakness. Quagsire is weak against grass, right? And Mantine is very strong against grass. Now, not very strong. It is still gonna go down to like 2 frenzies, right? So that's not strong, but it can handle. Like its neutral grass moves are neutral against Mantine. And you know what? I have not kept the movesets here. If you want to know the movesets of any Pokemon, you can just comment and I will reply the comment. And yep, A-Slash as the lead. If you find fighter, just safe swap your Quagsire, right? And Quagsire and Mantine. Alright, if Mantine doesn't have Ice Beam, then this team struggles against Altaria at the backline. That is why we got Alone Slash in the lead. And talking about Azumarill. Alright, so Azumarill can be a little tricky, but you can always stay cheap damage and then try to catch, not catch, then say safe swap into your Quagsire, and yep, that can be good. And Quagsire and Mantine is also a very interesting core because Quagsire can beat Lantern and Mantine loses to Lantern, right? So A-Slash also kind of neutralizes the situation against the Charger Bugs. Like Charger Bug kind of struggles against Alone Slash. Well, it's not great for Alone Slash as well because Discharge and Volt Switch does a lot of damage. It's kind of neutral scenario, and Mantine obviously loses to Charger Bug, and Quagsire needs to land the Stone Edge to beat the Charger Bug. So yeah, and talking about Skarmories and things, and yep, this team can handle them. And Fire, Talonflame, and Skeledirge, if you find them in the lead, just safe swap into your Quagsire, or you can come in with your Mantine as well. But a lot of the times, if you safe swap Quagsire, people might bring Charger Bug. That can be great, right? If you beat out Charger Bug with your Quagsire, then Mantine is gonna run just wild. And yep, talking about another team. Team number 4 is going to be Bastiodon, Trevenant, and Annihilate. You gotta run these kind of teams, these kind of meta mons if you want to climb, right? So Sableye is the kind of a core breaker, but still struggles a little against Bastiodon. So both being Ghost at the back, struggles against Sableye. So, and another thing is Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is Charmer, so it's gonna be Annihilate and also resist Shadow Claws from Trevenant. So Bastiodon against Wigglytuff does great. So against Fairy, this is ABB for those. And talking about the Flyers, alright, both Pokemon at the back are Grass and Fighters. So Altaria and Skarmory, Bastiodon just gonna kill it. And yep, this is a very balanced team. Like Trevenant is weak against the Fires as well. Bastiodon beats Talonflames and Skeledirges. And yep, this is a... And you can also put Sableye in place of Annihilate. Right. It will bring you some good results as well. But just put Annihilate. And moving on to another team. Team number 5. This is team number 5. Cresselia, Lickitung, and Poliwrath. Definitely Charger Bug is going to be the core breaker, definitely, and also Skarmory. But you know what, we can handle that. Like if you find Charger Bug in the lead with your Cresselia is going to be in the lead. You can just stay, eat one long what's the bug move? Yeah, eat one X Scissor, and you can just like soft lose and sack your Cresselia and then come in with your Licky. You can do that. And also weak against Skarmory, this team, but you know what, you can just safe swap into your Lickitung, and against Poliwrath, Skarmory needs to land the move, land the charge move, and Poliwrath can actually beat Skarmory in shield scenarios. So that's how you're gonna run this team. And also against the Fire Flyers, this team is a little weak and a little struggles, but again the same way you can do that. And Poliwrath can do very good against those if they are out of shields in shield plays. That's how you're gonna run this team against those things. And then moving on to another team, it's gonna be Quaggy, Mandibuzz, and Skarmory. Quagsire, Double Flyer. Now, previously I talked about Quagsire or Whiscash in the lead and Talonflame and Skeledirge at the back, right? That was a very strong team as well. Also, this team, both Pokemon at the back struggles against Lantern. Quagsire does very good against Lantern, and that is why it's gonna be ABB for those. ABB against Electricity. We got 2 Flyers here, and yeah, Skarmory and Mandibuzz. If you think about it, very interesting core. Skarmory does great against Fairy, and Mandibuzz just dies against Wigglytuffs. So yeah, that's kind of a very interesting core, and Quagsire there to neutralize the things. And Bastiodons. Quagsire beats Bastiodons. Both the Pokemon at the back are weak against Bastiodons. Now, if you if you think about the toxic team, Bastiodon, Wigglytuff, and Shadow Victory Bell, then a lot of them are using Bastiodon in the lead, right? So it's gonna be Quagsire against Bastiodon, and if they save swap into their like Wigglytuff, then you can bring Skarmory. If they save swap into their Victory Bell, then you can bring in your Mandibuzz, because you know they got Wigglytuff at the back, and you need your Skarmory for that Wigglytuff, right? And yeah, this is a very interesting team. You can run this team, and you know what? This is very simple to understand, easy to run, very simple to understand. There's nothing more to struggle to understand. It's just ABB, simple team. And if you find like Poliwrath and Annihilape, you can just come in with your Skarmory or Mandibuzz, or you can just stay and do some Mud Bombs. And yep, that's how you're gonna run this team. And against the Azumarill, you can just stay in the lead with your Quagsire if Azumarill is in the lead, and Skarmory against Azumarill is kind of a neutral scenario. That's how you're gonna run this team. And yep, moving on to another team. Team number 7 is going to be ABA Double Electric, Charjabug, Gligar, and Lantern. So if you think about fire like Skeledirge and Talonflames, Charjabug struggles a bit there, and you got two good answers for those, Gligar and Lantern. Like Gligar does very good against Skeledirge, but against Talonflames it's only going to be Aerial Ace against Talonflames, and Lantern does very good against those, right? So the grass as well. So Charjabug does good against grass, Lantern struggles against grass. So ABA in terms of that. And Alterias, if you find Alteria in the lead, you just stay with your Charjabug, and if they decide to shield and play, then you can soft lose and then come in with your Lantern or Gligar. That's how you're gonna play. And Skarmory in the lead, they're gonna swap. And yep, if it's a fighter, you're resisting those fighters being resisting those counters being bug. And yep, this team is in fact very strong. Yeah, we got video of this running this team in our channel. You can always check that out. And moving on to another team, this is going to be team number 8. There we go, Fairy Double Fighter. You gotta run sometimes you gotta run Charmer to, like, you know, climb. It's not the greatest thing to say, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, Double Fighter. Poliwrath is gonna be your safe swap for a lot of the time, because it's got that ability to debuff your opponent's attack with Icy Wind. And yeah, this is kind of a very interesting team. Now think about it. Think about the Talonflames, right? Wigglytuff struggles against those, and Poliwrath safe swap, then either they're gonna do Fly and Bail, and either they're gonna like stay and try to get your shields. That's how they're gonna play. But you can always bait with Icy Wind. And against the Skarmory being Flyer can beat all 3 Pokemon, but it needs to land the moves. And if it's in the lead, you can just come in with your Poliwrath. They're gonna swap out. They like Quandary is gonna do good neutral damage, right? So yeah, in fact, a lot of players have reached legend with this team in previous season, and this is gonna run good in this season as well. And yep, that is it, guys. These were the 8 teams. That is pretty simple to understand and easy to run to climb in the GBL. And I hope you like the content, and if you like the content, then please do subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Thank you so much, guys.